Hey everybody, hope everyone's doing well out there on this Friday. There was a very exciting event this morning that I hope some of you took advantage of, our joy parade over at Landing Circle. I know there was some pretty cool stuff planned for that, so I hope that many of you were able to make it by. Today I have what I think is an interesting idea for a creative writing class. But first, I wanted to talk about how I got this idea. So, for any of you that would like to do some creative writing on your own without even my prompts that I come up with every week, or maybe you're doing these prompts, but you still have more writing that you want to do. I have some good suggestions for you. I'm going to share a little bit of my process about how I find ideas to write about. So there is a very, very simple thing that one can search online. So if you go to any of your favorite search engines, I use Google pretty exclusively, but there are lots out there like Yahoo and many others. I can't rattle them all off right now. But if you go to a search engine online and type in the words random subject generator, okay, you will find that there are lots and lots of very simple websites out there that are designed to just randomly give you a subject to write about. So random subject generators online are a wonderful tool to just give you an idea, something very simple to write about. Or if you wanted to get even more complicated, there are also a slew of random plot generators. Okay, so you could have an entire plot given to you just in a very, very point-by-point breakdown, and then you could write a whole story about a whole plot. So I thought that these would be some good places to start for anyone who would like to do some additional writing. So today I used a random subject generator, and I clicked on it many times before I found a subject that I liked. So you don't have to go with whatever the first thing is suggested with these random generators. So today I decided I was not expecting to write about what I ended up writing about today, but I'm very pleased that I did because it turned into a much different writing piece. Today, I don't even know what to classify my writing piece as today, which is kind of exciting and fun. Today's writing piece reads a little bit like a summertime magazine, at a kids camp or something like that. It's a very interesting observation that it's a little bit of a confession almost on my part, sharing with you guys some intimate details about my summertime habits. And they're not too intimate details, don't worry you guys. But my random subject generator, okay, and I'll spell that for you guys, for any of you who are following along that want to take a shot at this, okay? Random is spelled R-A-N-D-O-M. Subject is spelled S-U-B-J-E-C-T. And generator is G-E-N-E-R-A-T-O-R. Random subject generators. There are tons of them out there. I use one that our instructor Nikki introduced me to, that is based out of the UK. And I really like the way that theirs is set up, but there are tons of websites out there for creative writing and random subject generators or random plot generators. Mine that I discovered today, that I'm excited to share with you guys, is on a subject I would not have picked in 100 subjects of just randomly selected from my own mind. I've never written about this subject. I found it humorous. The moment that I saw the subject pop up in the random generator, I thought, oh, that's kind of silly, and I want to write about that. And then I had no idea what I was going to write about until my pen hit the page, and I started realizing that I was going to share just a very small tidbit about my life. So like I said, it's kind of like it feels kind of like a journal entry. We've done some journaling before. It also feels a little bit like I'm sharing a secret or something like that. But anyway, without further ado, I'll do my drum roll here for you all. My subject that I selected today from a random subject generator is one word, one 4-letter word, and it is a body part, and it is the word feet. Yeah, feet, like, down there. One's feet, spelled F-E-E-T. Okay. So I thought about that for a moment, and then I timed myself, and I gave myself 5 minutes to write. I came up with a short piece. I'm not even sure if I really used all of my time. I just knew when my piece was coming to an end, and so I tried to punctuate it that way and just kind of honor. Sometimes when you start writing something and you think it's going to be longer and you discover an ending earlier, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Perhaps that is where the story or piece of writing naturally wants to end. So try to remain open and sensitive to that when you are writing yourselves. Okay, so I am going to share with you my short writing piece on the word feet. Okay, and I hope that you find this fun and perhaps get a chuckle. And I really, really hope that you will take some time any of these days that we have in front of us right now without our super set schedules, and carve out some time for yourselves to do a little bit of writing. For those of you that are interested in this kind of stuff, it is a really, really fun activity and hobby to practice, and you always get better the more you do things, I find. And so sometimes, your first couple of bits of writing you might not be too super satisfied with, but eventually you will start to really enjoy yourself and come up with some better and better writing pieces that you may want to share. So anyway, here is my 5-minute writing piece on the word feet, which I found through a random subject generator online. Okay, here we go. I've been working on my summer feet, that point in the year when I give up on shoes and socks altogether and basically live in flip-flops or sandals. Sometimes, though, my feet get a bit dirty just from the dirt hanging out in my backyard. And that's when those dirty summer feet become wet sprinkler feet. And let me tell you, if you don't have a pool, which I don't, on these very hot days that I'm sure we have coming to us, but you have a hose, then you still got a way to cool off. Well, by hosing off your tootsies. I've always loved that word. Sometimes I just turn on my sprinkler and put my bathing suit on and run around in it. And my feet are remarkably not dirty. So that concludes my little writing piece on feet, was what the subject was, and I entitled this little piece Summer Feet. So I hope you guys enjoyed that little piece. I really hope that you guys are taking advantage of having a little bit of time at home to yourselves and working through some writing ideas. Feel free to share those in the comments section on this video or any creative writing videos. If you guys have questions or ideas or came up with something totally different that you wanted to share, I would love to hear it, you guys. And I really think that today, my sort of takeaway from this writing exercise is sometimes when I sit down to do some writing, I want it to be really good, and I want it to be evocative writing that one I suspect would enjoy reading, is a thought that I have in my mind sometimes. And sometimes that doesn't always serve me really, really well because I put a lot of pressure on myself, which I know, like all of us, naturally, sometimes we respond well to pressure and sometimes we don't. And sometimes we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be extra good or the best at something that we're just trying out or we're just learning. So I really, really value trying to let go of that pressure and embrace. And sometimes when I'm feeling that pressure, it's because I'm trying to take it so seriously, you guys. And I want to create a serious piece of writing to share with you guys or the world. And something very important to remember that this piece of writing inspired in me today is the idea of humor and levity. Okay, levity means you're not taking things too seriously or not letting them weigh you down. So that's going to be my additional little challenge for you guys today. I would like you guys to try writing with this randomly generated subject, the subject of feet, if that interests you. If not, please search out a new subject from any of the slew of random subject generators that are out there on the internet, and do your own writing piece on your own subject. But try this time to embrace the idea of humor and keeping things light, because we got plenty of heaviness going on in this world anyway, right now, especially. And I think if we all embraced a little bit more humor, a little bit of levity, a little bit of lightness, and just sheer enjoyment, I think that we might find we write some pretty interesting stuff. I know I was not expecting to write a piece with a little bit of a twinge of humor, but it just started coming out because of the subject was silly. And you know, honestly, I wouldn't pick that subject most times, but today I was in the perfect mood to just go after the subject of feet. Interesting. And sharing with you my thoughts on summer feet brought a lot of smiles to my face while I was writing, which is not typically the case at all. So anyway, I hope that you all are doing well, staying safe out there, not getting too hot, and keeping yourselves busy. Okay, thinking of you guys. Hope that we all can get together on a video chat or something like that very soon again. All right, talk to you guys soon. See you next week.